Alright guys, so welcome to the video. 2018 was a pretty good year for me, and I'm super thankful and fortunate to have gotten some killer footage that I'm really excited to share with everyone. So basically, to start the story off, this bad boy in 2017, didn't know how old he was, just knew he had a heck of potential and a really big body. And with only half a rack, the second Saturday and Sunday of the 2017 gun season, I decided to give him a pass, knowing that in 2018 he'd probably turn into something pretty special. So again, in 2017, big old half rack. 2018, this is the first couple pictures we started getting of him. Yeah, big wide frame. Didn't look like crazy mass, but it's hard to tell because of how big his body was. I don't really get too hardcore into naming deer, but I thought it was kind of funny. Nate Korb, you've seen him in previous videos, they hunt pretty close to us, kitty corner. They called this buck Lloyd Christmas because he totally redeemed himself after the year prior only being a half rack. But for all intents and purposes, I was just naming this bad boy the Big Ten. A few more pictures, and I mean this one really showed his time length, and I was pretty excited for the 2018 bow season to start that next September. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and we got some crazy footage coming your way.
It was really hard being away at school, but it was really awesome of Tyler to keep myself and the entire family informed of what was going on with this giant 10-pointer.
Alright guys, welcome to the video. It's October 29th. The Wisconsin rut is just starting to heat up. And I've got a camera about 30 yards from me that I checked this morning. And this dude was here yesterday at about 8 o'clock. It's been like 3 or 4 days, not quite in a row, but I've started picking up pictures of him the last week, and it's been getting earlier and earlier. Every time he swung through here from, middle of the night, it was 10 o'clock one night, 9 o'clock one night, now it's 8 o'clock. And just last night alone, there was 7 bucks from just at last light to all throughout the night they came through this plot. When I came through, I dumped a little bit of doe estrus out, dumped half of it on my hand. So that's always good. That's always a good smell. If you know what that smells like, that's what I'm working with up here. Hopefully we get a big buck to run right in. It's not really going to matter. The wind is blowing away from all these deer. We're kind of on a little bitty finger. Not a big chunk of woods, just an inside little corner to a picked soybean field and some mediocre brassicas, but they're green and scrapes, and it's kind of the only spot these deer can come eat from what I've seen. Granted, there's acorns and everything, but if they want to come be social, this is going to be the spot. And I just pray that he walks out tonight with enough light. Let's see what happens. Finally got some does out in front of us. Now, if we can just get a buck to come in and chase him around or something, I don't know, we'll see. But does are coming in hot.
So you just saw 2 does coming from kind of the edge of the field. Well, they were beelining up to a group of about 6 does that ended up being about 80 yards from me. They snuck right in. And in that group is the Big Ten. So at this moment, I'm realizing that I'm set up for a shot to the left. This is not going to happen. I've got to rotate to a shot to the right. Well, I'm kind of doing that while glassing the buck, and he's pushing these does down the ridge, and basically by the time I fully commit to that side, the trees, the limbs are just shaking, there's no wind, and all the deer bust along with the big buck. So it was absolutely frustrating, but it clued me in on what was going on, so I'll explain that here. Alright, so this may seem like a little insignificant piece of information, but for me, totally changed the game and helped me figure out exactly what this buck was doing. So I blew it on him right here. That night, he was bedded with does about right here, did a little walk up the ridge, and came straight down to the field. I parked the truck here and I'm sure I walked right by him. But basically breaking down why are they bedding right here? Well, they got the road there. I kind of think now that they like the sound of traffic going by. That really doesn't throw them off or anything. But most importantly, bedding down here, any wind, northwest, southwest, any amount of wind is going to blow predator scent down to them. And being down here definitely makes them feel safer. And for the rest of the season, there was always does right there. So going forward, definitely helped me put a pinpoint on what this buck could potentially be doing, crossing these fields, crossing this little ridge, and definitely gave me a tip that I ran with.
Alright, it is November 5th, which means rut is in full tilt. Or at least it should be. I've seen a lot of deer driving around today in a pickup truck. Got in here, and there was a doe bed at about 50 yards to my northeast, which is a good sign. Got does bedded in here. Means the buck should be coming through, searching them out. I want a good rut hunt on this property tonight. Something that'd be memorable, and I think the conditions are right, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, it's November 8th and we're back at you with another one. Hopefully you're going to be watching this, because I got that feeling. The wind isn't all that perfect, but I'm running out of days to hunt perfect winds, and the deer will probably come from the exact opposite direction anyways, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but my intel is I saw a really big buck just to the west of me as I was walking out 2 nights ago. So somehow we got over there. He could have came from the pines too, but I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully we have an exciting sit and at least learn something, so let's see what happens.
So it's the rut, and this little buck is coming across the field, and I didn't really think much of clashing some antlers together, but guess who's about to step out? This is absolutely crazy, and one of the most memorable moments of my hunting career.
gentlemen, it's been about 20 minutes since that encounter, and I am still shaking. Not only is it a little bit cold, but I don't get why I can't kill that buck. It looked like he had full intentions of doing the opposite of what that little buck did, crossing the top of that mini ridge grass field and going over across the road to the little chunk of woods we got, but I was able to turn him by rattling, and instead of walking straight across the field to me, he kind of angled in towards the edge of the woods, hooked the edge of the woods, and ended up walking right past my freaking ground blind that's right down there. I'm sure within 30 some yards, I mean, he walked right in front of it. It's so frustrating. That is a huge buck. I'm glad I got him on video, but that is the second time I've seen him. Saw him on Monday before Halloween, and now I saw him on November 8th. He's putting on some miles. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure I saw him 2 days ago too, but I'm not 100% sure. I saw a big buck off to the west of me. So I don't know if, the wind is not good. I'm almost thinking that's what kind of turned him off. He was going to circle, do a little J-hook right into me, but he didn't stop. He just knew that, we're going to go up in this woods instead of going and checking out these two little bucks that were fighting. I don't know. Like I said, you can't wait for the wind to get right. Sometimes hunting the rut, who knows, he could have came right across the field at me and could have shot him, but I'm happy I saw him. I don't know what to say. We'll see what happens. That's a hell of a buck.
As you've seen, Tyler had a crazy amount of encounters with this buck bow hunting. So going into opening weekend of gun hunting, we had a great feeling that someone was going to have an encounter with this buck or harvest it.
Alright, so going into the 2019 Wisconsin gun opener, I thought I'd play a little bit of defense and camp down the west side of the road where I'd had that encounter with the buck earlier in the season, in the bow season. Well, it worked out. It was a good plan. Had this nice 3-year-old come through, and pretty sure he got blasted 20 minutes after I saw him, but it was a good strategy. Did not see the Big Ten, but I knew that he hadn't crossed through there and onto the neighbors. Well, about 2 o'clock, we had moved over to the other side of the road where I'd seen that buck twice in one night, had him chasing does like crazy, and didn't take very long. We had 2 does come out in the field, fed across the road into the soybeans. They eventually went back across the road. So now it's about an hour before dark. I'm sitting there looking to the east, looking to the north, take one look to the west. There he is, out of nowhere, standing 200 yards away with the doe. Here we go. Got him. I just shot the Big Ten. Holy crap, it happened so fast I can't even get jacked up. I shot him twice. First time I must have missed. Following a doe, came from the backside. Absolutely crazy. I'm gonna call Jessica now. She's just up the hill. I mean, yes!
Hearing those 2 shots was an instant mood changer. I knew exactly where they came from and who they were by. So I knew that there was a pretty good chance Tyler just shot the buck of his dreams.
I mean, I can't even put into words what happened tonight. It has been one hell of a fall chasing this buck I dropped. I mean, from a standpoint right now, I have to thank the Lord because I was shaking and I did not make a very good shot, but dropped him and he died fast. Missed him once. I don't know what film I do have, but I've got so much film over the past couple weeks that this should be an awesome video, but I'm gonna pack up all my stuff. Jessica's got the truck down there and we'll go check them out for you.
Land of the giants, striped skin. It literally looks like a cow. That's the picture.
How's that for a big old Wisconsin brute? It's been, this is the deer I really focused all my attention on all fall. I mean, I went on a lot of trips, went out to Wyoming. That kind of screwed up some other opportunities at different deer, but once I got back, this was the buck on my mind, on trail cameras. I mean, it took a while for him to get really established, but the last 3 weeks he's been like super visible crossing these fields, and it just seemed like it was absolutely meant to be. Every time I had an encounter with him, everything just seemed to go completely wrong. I saw him pull back on him in the woods behind the camera girl. I pulled back on him almost in this field 2 Thursdays ago, and
all that's behind me now, because this, when you got this big rack in your hands, all that frustration and everything about deer hunting, it's what makes it awesome and makes you keep ticking and working hard, and keeps the spirit and passion alive. So it's been an awesome adventure, awesome time chasing this buck. Super frustrating. This is one of the coolest deer. I mean, when we saw him in velvet, we thought he was way bigger. He's still huge, biggest buck of my life, but so symmetrical, so perfect. The head on him is unlike anything I've ever seen. Big old bullwinkle nose. He's got a really reddish, brownish head, and it's probably gonna go 200 even after he's been chasing does for all these weeks. But I don't know what else to say. I'm super pumped, super excited. This is a buck of a lifetime, really.
What are you gonna do tonight?
Well, when you shoot a big buck in Wisconsin, especially on opening day of the 9-day deer season, there's a pretty good chance, especially after shooting one this size and working so hard to shoot this sucker, that there's gonna be a pretty good party tonight. And that's what it's all about. Horns on the wall and meat in the freezers and memories to last a lifetime. Awesome buck.
Being a hunter is more than just a trophy buck on the wall. It's the 365 days leading up to that moment. The hard work, dedication, and preparation year-round. Eating wild game and living the lifestyle. It's tradition, spending time with family, and a special bond between a brother and a sister. 20 years from now, I won't remember how many inches the buck scored. I will remember the tradition and bond Tyler and I had that day. Getting down from the stand and walking to him, setting down our gear, not saying a word to each other, but giving each other a big hug. Just a brother and a sister in a woods, doing what they love, not jealous, but humble. God gave us the opportunity to hunt His creation and live this amazing lifestyle.
We're sitting at 209 pounds, 0.9. So we'll give it a 210. Look at that.